But yeah, and that's it. It's and even with that, I think there's like a reoccurring theme of collaboration. I'm always wanting to work with people and everybody kind of grow together. Not to backtrack to the professionals on the patio thing, but we have a fall ball coming up next month, right? September 7th. It's a huge red carpet gala event, black tie kind of deal. It's a celebration of the monthly event success. But also we're raising money for Game Changers, which is they basically if you're a kid that can that applies for like you can get free lunch at school, stuff like that, low income. Yeah. You can go to their camps and they have different sponsorships and programs that they do for children. So that's a big angle of the fall ball is raising money for that. Yeah. We're gonna give 2 scholarships to 2 different students as well, a couple grand each or something for them to use for books, whatever it is they might need. And then of course, just frankly, we've been doing this free event for months. It's time for me to sell some tickets, because I've been putting a ton of work into this and it's all been for the greater good. But time is valuable. So I was like, let me throw a ticketed event and hopefully everybody that loved the free events every month, because my thoughts is like, man, if this is the free stuff, I wonder what the paid stuff's going to be like,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I saw Alicia
Porter. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's our title sponsor. She's our title sponsor, man. She's amazing. Love her to death. We also have a few other sponsors involved. Lamar is one of our sponsors. They're helping with some billboards and things of that nature. We've got Blackwell Videography. We've got Lifetime Insurance. We got a few folks lined up, so yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be exciting, man. Cool. All right, so tell me a little bit about this. Like, when you're in the entrepreneurial sphere, you face a lot of different challenges. I mean, like you obviously hearing your background, I mean, it's like, okay, this guy knows how to deal with adversity. But on the day-to-day,
right?
How do you kind of get through the risk-taking and the
Man, it's a balancing act. It's a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's a lot of
you got to make stuff happen,
and it's a lot of blind faith and just doing it. It's when you're an entrepreneur, sometimes you need to think about your decisions, but sometimes haste makes waste. You know what I mean? Like especially when it comes to inspiration. And I think we can all relate to having, whether you want to kind of call it a divine inspiration, but when you feel something, and you need to act on those things. Yeah. And there's some impulsiveness in it. Yeah. I think we're all a little impulsive that are entrepreneurs. We kind of have to be this crazy to just go out there and not punch a clock. Yeah. But really what I've been leaning on is working on my planning and my discipline. Yeah. Calendars. All right, I live by my calendar to my detriment sometimes because I say, and you've seen me post on Facebook, or you maybe you haven't, where I'm like, I'm meeting with somebody at 12 tomorrow. Who is it? Because I'll put it in my calendar, and sometimes I'll fail to put notes. But point being is like,
I have wanted to do that so many times, and like I just didn't have like. I was like, I need to post on Facebook because I got this appointment. I don't know who it's for.
It's bad. I'm like, and every time I do it, I'm just like cringing. But I'm like, hey, luckily it hasn't been any trouble. For me yet.
But it will get you to the person that you're supposed to be.
And frankly, that embarrassment, it's like, I don't want to do that again. Yeah, there you go. Make sure that I write good notes. But really, it's balancing that, man, having faith and just having support, man. Support is the biggest thing because if you have people around you that, it's natural for folks to doubt, especially when you're doing things that are very, out of the ordinary in an entrepreneurial space. But having people that support you. My fiance, she's been great with that. Just, like I mentioned, it's almost like a blind faith, but it's an unwavering faith. I use the analogy all the time, and you've probably heard it before. I think I've heard it mixed in with faith, but basically it's, the road's ahead of you at night, but you only see as far as your headlights, right? You just got to have faith that that path is there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm doing 100%. Everything I can to lay that path. So hopefully we, because we're getting married in November, hopefully that we have a good journey, together. Yeah.